Hey everyone, Jason Verdelli. Hope all is going well. Excited to take you on another quick trip with me today. We're having a absolutely miserable day here in central Pennsylvania, another rainy day. And so I figured, hey, why not take you out for a quick ride? So today what I want to do though is I want to, before I get going, is to follow up on the last video I did about working backwards to achieve your business growth goals. And ultimately what I talked about was to, set a specific goal, a specific number, something that you can actually measure. And ultimately, when you can define that, you can work backwards and determine exactly what your key performance indicators are and what you're measuring along the way in order to grow your business. So if something isn't working or something is working, you know either why it's working or you know why it doesn't work, and you know exactly what to work on to fix it. So today I want to take that a step further, and I want to talk about the ideal client profile. Once we've defined our goals, we define exactly what we're trying to do as far as growth. Maybe double our growth, double our revenue in the next 12 months. It's really important to define exactly who's going to help do that. I mean, obviously customers or clients are going to be a big part in that. So I want to talk about that. Enough of us staring at me right now, so I get to I'll switch over here so you can get a glimpse of the gorgeous day that we're having here today. So one of the things that is really important with the ideal client profile is to really think about exactly what is the makeup of your customers, what is the makeup of your clients, what are their interests, number one. What are their behaviors? What do they do? What websites do they visit? Basically what do they do on a day-to-day basis? You want to understand that. So again, interest, behaviors, where are they located? Where are you targeting? Where are you trying to? What kind of clients do you want to bring in? Where are they? Ultimately, again, there's other factors that can define your ideal client profile, but the important thing here is that you want to go through this exercise and ultimately figure out exactly who's going to help you grow your business. I mean, I can tell you that one of the biggest mistakes that I find businesses making is they say, everybody is my ideal client profile, or what they'll say is that, hey, anybody within maybe this set of zip codes or 100-mile radius outside of the city is a client or potential client. One thing I would really advise you on is to take a deeper look at that, because ultimately what could be the biggest deterrent of growth is bringing in the wrong clients. So just because you have a high customer acquisition rate, and maybe your revenue looks good in the first year, depending on it depends on your business. But again, if you're saying B2B and you have attracted maybe the wrong kind of clients, maybe there's a certain makeup of the client, maybe certain budget that the client has. If you attract the wrong clients, again, that could be you could be spending a lot more time following up, trying to follow up on payments, or maybe getting information from them. Whatever that is, you want to make sure that again, you're not attracting those wrong clients. And if you look at this from a retail perspective, you want to define this, because again, if you're say your menu, if you're talking about a restaurant, you don't want to attract you don't want to be marketing to people that have to drive half an hour to come to your restaurant, or an hour to come to your restaurant. You also don't want to attract the people that can't afford the meals. Again, if it's maybe a high-end restaurant, so you want to think about what your demographic looks like. Maybe average income, things like that. So again, there's a lot that goes into this. There's and again, I just want to cover the basic part of it, which is really just to start thinking about your first step in growth is really start thinking about who are the clients that are going to help us grow. What do they look like? What do they do? Get to know them. And what I would also say is give them a name. if it's John, Jim, Sally, whatever that name is, give them an actual name, and start to create different, you might have a couple different ideal clients or different ideal client profiles. So, for different products or different services or different lines of business. This is also very, very important to keep in mind. So if you do have different ones, giving a name to that ideal client profile is going to be really, really key, because then it's going to enable you when you're having marketing discussions to, say, hey, we're trying to reach, the Sally customer. And, if everybody in the marketing team understands what that, who Sally, what makes up Sally, what her behaviors are, the demographic, geographic, psychographic, all these different factors that go into making your ideal client profile, then it makes the conversation, move a lot smoother. And ultimately what this does from a growth perspective is, once you've gone through this exercise, is it gives the marketer, growth hacker, whoever's helping you grow your business, it gives them the information that they need to to drill down into how do we attract, how do we everything from awareness, attraction, engagement, and nurturing, and ultimately down to the conversion. If we look at the funnel of how do we how do we generate customers, awareness, attraction, engagement, nurturing, and conversion, it's going to help them to define exactly who needs to be entering into that funnel. Because if you're investing into awareness, awareness projects, awareness campaigns, or attraction campaigns, maybe Google AdWords, whatever they are, engagement campaigns, Facebook, if you're going to invest in that, you want to make sure you're investing to the right people that are going to ultimately, one, have a higher likelihood of converting, and two, is become the kind of clients you want. Because the last thing you want to do is build a business that you hate, and you can avoid all that by defining exactly who you want to work with, and if you don't really define that, maybe you're retail, then you can look at that in terms of your messaging too, the kind of people you want to bring in, and what kind of messaging do you want to put out, what kind of brand do you want to have, and expectation do you want to give clients when they come in. So again, I urge you to think about that. If I'd love to, if you're trying to think through your ideal client profile, you need some help, I am here to help. Go ahead, you can shoot me, go to jasonverdelli.com, just go to the contact page on the website where it says let's work together. If you're on Jason Verdelli, you probably already see this. Glad to have the conversation with you, work through what that ideal client profile looks like, and then ultimately work through the rest of the growth process. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully I gave you some insights, and I didn't crash, which is a good thing. So I finally got a thing to hold up my phone as I drive. So no more. It's kind of losing some entertainment value here from those of you who have expressed the concern that holding a phone and trying to do these tips at the same time. So anyway, a little safer, getting a little older, a little bit wiser, trying to stay a little bit safer. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for other videos here, other tips on how to grow your business the smarter way, and we'll talk here soon. Thanks for watching.